federal immigration agents.
What do we want?
Protesters took over Federal Plaza in New York yesterday to demand the release of Mahmoud Khalil. He was arrested Saturday night at his home by ICE agents. His lawyer says he was told his green card was being revoked. Khalil, a legal permanent resident of the United States, helped lead last spring's pro-Palestinian protests at Columbia University.
If he's a green card holder, slam dunk, there's no way to arrest him. If he has not been charged with a crime, or if he's, if there's something more than that, really, there's no way.
Khalil's arrest is being seen as a significant escalation of U.S. President Trump's crackdown on anti-Israel protests at American universities. On Monday, Trump posted, "This is the first arrest of many to come."
So on Saturday night, my client, Mr. Khalil, who's a legal permanent resident of the United States, was walking home with his wife, who is a U.S. citizen and who's also 8 months pregnant. They're expecting their first child next month. They're outside their building. They were approached by men in plain clothes. The men, who turned out to be DHS, Department of Homeland Security agents, said that they wanted to arrest Mr. Khalil and that his visa had been revoked, his student visa. Mr. Khalil's wife protested that he was not on a student visa, but he's a permanent resident. And here she was seeing her husband abducted for no known reason by government agents. And since then, of course, officials from the president to the Secretary of State to DHS spokespeople have spoken about Mr. Khalil's case specifically. They've named him and they've said all sorts of falsehoods about him. But the bottom line, and what's abundantly clear, is that this is a form of retaliation against Mr. Khalil exercising his First Amendment rights to speak out in support of Palestinian human rights. And it's an assault on everyone's civil liberties, not just his. And both Mr. Khalil and we on his legal team intend to fight in court as hard and as long as it takes to vindicate his First Amendment right and to return him to his family.
We're here because a permanent resident living here in our city was kidnapped by ICE, part of the DHS, and they're trying to deport him because he's exercising his freedom of speech and his right to speak out, which is protected for everyone here, be they a citizen or not. So we're here to say no. They demand that they release him.
We're protesting basically the kidnapping and disappearing of someone who was protesting a genocide, someone who had a green card, someone who has never done anything wrong, who has not committed any crime at all, and they basically disappeared him.
I suppose the Trump administration decided that people who protest should be deported and should arrested just for protesting. Trump was the one who claimed that he's saving freedom of speech, that he called that protecting freedom of speech. It's a violation of freedom of speech. It's a dictatorship.